And around you, there is darkness. Outside of the spellbook, there is darkness. However, there is somebody reading the spellbook, and this person reading a spellbook is a woman. And she is, I don't know, 1,500 feet tall, effectively the right sort of proportion for you being on a 100-foot tall book. And she's looking down at you. Yeah, actually, we're going to be ending in about a quarter of an hour anyway, Griffin. So,
okay.
And she puts her hand out by the book, and you walk onto it. The three of you walk onto it, and she holds it up in front of her. So you're now standing on this hand that's held up flat in front of her face, and you have this woman, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful woman with piercing eyes, a beatific expression on her face, who talks to you. When she talks to you, you don't hear it booming and echoing out as you would expect to find the voice from someone this tall. It appears in your mind. Her lips move and she speaks, and the words just appear into your mind. She says, "Ask your questions, little one."
Okay. I guess are the two priests with me?
Yes, they are. Yeah.
Do I like to see her lips moving, or is it only he can see that?
You see the three of them are praying. They're in some kind of supplication, whatever that may be, for Mistra, cross-legged on the floor, kneeling, or whatever. The three of them together, facing each other, and they're silent in prayer, and their lips are moving as they are mumbling some kind of ritual prayer. Okay. I mean, you can, if you got up close, you could listen to the words, and it is some kind of prayer to Mistra. Basically, it's like, "Mistra, aid me,"
Yeah. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't like, from my perspective, it wasn't something suspicious going on. But if they're praying, that's fine.
Yeah. So, what are you saying, Zil?
I ask that. I guess I say, if someone were theoretically to travel backwards in time, for some purpose, to bear witness to a great event that shaped the world, would what they do have already happened to lead to the future that they inhabit before they return in time? Or would there be the possibility of their changing it and leading to another timeline that they might then return to instead of their previous one?
If you purposefully or accidentally alter a pivotal event in a timeline that has already occurred in your past, it is most likely that you will be cast into the abyss, and that the change will have been prevented from occurring. It may cancel your trip through time. It may send you crazy, not here, but in the future you come from.
So, were this to be the case, theoretically, you would advise just to observe the events to come?
By altering events in the past, you will have created an alternate timeline that differs from your memories and from your own timeline. And this would force you to remain in that altered time forever, regardless of what your wishes are, regardless of the magic and the power that you wish to employ. From that time forward, you will have effectively created an additional timeline. The entire past that you might remember begins to be rewritten, and that may also affect your own mind. Such as you unravel the past and have it rewritten, such might your own mind be unraveled and rewritten. And it may be something mundane, like stopping a dog from dying, or from saving somebody from a horse accident. Major events must remain a constant. You may wish to travel back and attempt to save a king's life from an assassination. You may stop the assassination. However, the world that you go back to may not be the one that you wish. You are going to be here, if you do not go back before, for a year and a day. On the expiration of a year and a day, whether your tasks are unfulfilled or not, you will snap back to the time you have come from. That time will be constant. The place will be constant. The ramifications of what you have done here may be different. You may go back to your time and your future and your place, but the world is now made of burning sulfur. Or dragons may rule if they did not before. The world might be torn asunder. You may go back to a time where the air is made of sulfur and you cannot breathe and you die. Such as a change you make here is a change that is reacting throughout the millennia to your future.
I see. I think then my choice is clear. Though perhaps not the one that I'd wished. Thank you for your wisdom, and I hope to be able to use it wisely. Same word, whatever. I can't think of anything else.
The other thing to remember is, should you make a change that is so monumental, you may, in fact, anchor yourself in this past for the rest of your life. If a change is so big that it cannot contain you in the future, then you may stay here. So think well before changing the present, little sorcerer.
And I guess maybe like a wibble wobble out or however the thing ends, because I don't have any more questions.
Okay. So the three of them finish their reverie and stand up from their prayer. They're under maybe for like 30 seconds.
Okay. As Zilt stands up, I'll just say, did you learn anything of value?
I did, and thank you. I turned to the priests. Do they like look at me differently now?
Yeah, they do.
Shared in that.
Yeah, they very much do. They're looking at you quite. Yeah, all of you notice that. Before they were just, okay, he's a follower of Mistral, let's guide him in his prayers. Now they're like, who the fuck is this guy? There's a look of real interest, intrigue, confusion almost. They're like, they're not going to ask questions because they've probably learnt long ago never to do that, but they're far more interested in all of you now than they were before.
You look white, Zilt. Is everything okay?
Yes, we need to. We'll speak of it when we gather again. I think we continue finding out information, but what we do with it might be difficult.
Are you guys going to all gather up and share what you learned?
Yeah, that's the plan. But I guess they get to do that, like talking at.
Yeah, because as I recall,
right.
Tyrell's.
We'll do that
on the way
first.
to that.
Yep, Tyrell's tankards. Yep. Okay.
Do we get there?
You do.
All right. So looking around, does it seem like there's anyone like ogling us or, sizing us up or anything like that?
Yeah, there's people kind of looking at you. Now you are, as I said, you've gone into a magical area, and effectively, you're in the grounds now of the School of Wizardry, the Wizard School, the university, of where this inn is.
Okay. So, yeah, if no one's like, looking at us aggressively, then I guess I'll just head on inside.
Okay, you head in. There's a woman behind the bar, an elf, clearly. And there's a couple of elves in here who are sat at a table. Both of them have books in front of them. They have tankards of beer, and it looks like they're eating some kind of chips or crisps for us British people.
Yeah, me and Griffin had that conversation.
Right.
Yeah, me and Griffin had that conversation a couple of days ago.
Okay.
So, yeah, I will. I mean, people that are with their books open, they look like they want to be disturbed. I'll go to the barkeep, I think.
Yep.
And I will say, excuse me, I was directed here because there's supposed to be a gentleman who might have been told some of the stories of Josiah. Is that correct? Is there's a person like that?
Starin. Yeah.
Yes. Is that a person like that frequent your establishment?
There is. Yeah. He hasn't been in for a while. But he told some stories of Josiah. Apparently he used to walk with him.
Oh, well, that's very fortunate. Do you happen to know where I can find the man?
No, he hasn't been in for a while, but he's told me quite a few of the stories. Is there anything that you wish in particular?
Well, I'm just gathering information on the man. You see, ever since his betrothal to
User
Cornell,
disconnected from your channel.
I've been attempting to write a book about the man.
Twin Foxes.
Yes, the company of people that Josiah.
The company of the Twin Foxes. I think he. Well, as far as I'm aware, he decided, along with his group, that he wanted to go off and earn the right to be betrothed to the Lady Idithil, and they had a ship, and that ship was moored in Hillsfar. So I'm guessing they would have headed back to Hillsfar. That's what I believe.
Oh, I see. Okay. And the gentleman that frequented the bar, do you know perhaps I could find the man?
Well, he's a mage, so he lives in and around the Six Towers here, but he hasn't been in for a couple of months. So he should be.
Do you happen to remember his name?
Yes, it's Pikaen. That's Pykkaen. Lovely old guy.
Ah, thank you.
You buy him some beer, he'll probably speak to you.
Well, that would be marvelous. I'm sure he'd be a great help, especially if he's actually traveled with Josiah. That would be just phenomenal. Do you happen to have perhaps a bottle of fine spirits or some other such thing that I could purchase from you? something mobile.
How fine? We have very, very fine spirits here. She gets a bottle, a little bit dusty. She runs at the counter. Elven spirits as opposed to elven wine. This bottle here, that'll cost you 1,000 gold pieces.
Right. Well, I'm not looking for the best you have, I suppose.
Oh no, it's not the best we have. No, it's not the best we have by a long way. It's just quite an average sort of bottle.
Oh, I see.
So much for inflation.
Most of your bottles run in the thousands of gold pieces. Is that correct?
Oh no! Good heavens, no. I mean, if you wanted something that is adequate, I could probably let you have that for 100 gold pieces. But you probably want to use that more for cleaning silver than actually drinking.
Oh, okay. Well, unfortunately, I did not bring that level of funding with me. So I will have to come back. I'll be a few minutes.
Sure, of course. I'll put it back down here and just let me know.
Very well. And with that, I will leave.
Okay.
Wow. That price is more money than I've ever had.
Right.
So, okay then.
So are you guys now going to meet up with each other?
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that.
Yeah.
That's probably a good point to leave it because it's 4:30. It's kind of half an hour after I actually wanted to finish, but that's probably a good point to leave it there. Just as you kind of meet up somewhere in one of the town squares or one of the city squares that you've got. Okay.
Right. Oh, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Thanks for watching, everyone who's watching the stream. I just said thanks to everyone who's watching the stream.
Oh yeah, forgot about that. Hello everyone.
Sorry for talking about time stuff.
Sorry for having to leave in the middle of the session.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
First session back after quite a big break. There's bound to be some bumps in the road.
Yeah. Oh, and if anyone who's watching the stream has any sort of interesting things to say about the background and the story that I'm using, keep them to yourselves. Surely good.
I've been asking questions, but it seems to be mostly questions about how D&D works rather than like spoilery stuff.
All right. I've not even been watching the stream, to be quite honest. I've been desperately trying to watch my 3 monitors and the various different source books that I'm looking at. So it's like, it's enough for me. But I'm glad. Do we have many people?
We had about 8 to 10 on average. Not too bad.
Oh,
That's all
yeah.
right. That's all right. We'll build that up. I'll get myself a webcam at some point, but I can't all the while I'm using this computer.
Yeah, that's obviously Davrick, you said you'd be up for going on next week. Would you be up for going on webcam, Boosie?
I don't even have one, sorry.
Okay, fair enough. What about you, Sabin?
Yeah, I don't have a webcam either.
Okay, fair enough.
It's just you guys.
Yep.
Once I get myself another computer, I'll be fine. But of course, I'm not using mine, and I've got to go careful. So.
Yeah, if you want to, what's the name of the Twitch channel? I can advertise it in a couple of role-playing communities. People will be into it for sure. There's an underscore, is it? Yeah.
2 underscores.
Right, perfect. Yeah.
Alright, well, I'll have to go, so I'll see you guys next week.
Oh no.
Take care.
Later.
Sure. See you later.
User disconnected from your channel.
Right, I've got to go as well because I've got to go out. I'm off out shooting this evening. Not filming, shooting.
Shooting guns. Sounds good.
Yeah, I'm training. I'm SWAT training, which is quite interesting.
Oh wow.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. I'm probably going to ping you an email sometime this week about like what's going on in the campaign. I'm a little bit confused. But,
are you?
You know.
Anything I can answer straight off?